This video, I'm going to be talking about how to custom stem your zones in College Football 26. This is a cool feature that they added, and there's actually a lot that you can do with it, provided you have the time to be able to do it pre-snap, of course. But wanted to get into it, so we'll just pick a basic cover three cloud type of defense. Actually, we'll just cover three cloud's fine. So what you're going to do, how to custom stem a zone in College Football 26. So what you're going to do is you are going to click on, you're going to essentially individually adjust the player and then custom stem them. So it's not a universal thing, but what we're going to do is if we want to do it in our secondary players, we're going to hit Y or triangle, and then the icon of the player that we want to custom stem. So for example, let's say we want to custom stem this hook curl on the right. We're going to go Y or triangle, and then we're going to click on his icon, which in this case is X. And then as you see here, we can hit L1 and we're going to hold it. You have to hold the button. You hold the button and then you can custom stem him all the way down like that. You can custom stem him all the way back like that. Okay. And obviously you might not want to do all the way back, all the way front, of course, but what's really cool is with these deep zones, you can actually custom stem deep zones, which I think is really good. You could take this third and you can stem him all the way down. So what do you think a third that is stemmed all the way down is going to be good for? Well, that's going to be decent for defending this speed out on the left side. You see how that third reacts really well to the speed out? Now you might say, well, what happens if they run a streak on the left side? Well, the third's code is to take anything vertical. So he's going to be able to be there to bite on things. But even if you stem him all the way down and they run a streak, you're going to see here that the third is going to run back to him. And then the curl flat now is going to be able to rise up and take the out right away. So as you can see, we're able to have a pretty decent degree of customization here. What this does and why this is good is by stemming these zones all the way down, then what that does is you can get them to play much more aggressive on certain routes. For example, let's say that I wanted to play pretty aggressive on a post route. One of the things that I would do is I would have a middle third, but what I'm going to do with that middle third is I am going to put him into a custom stemmed middle third where I stem the zone all the way down. I don't know why it's not registering right. Let's see if we can get this thing to work. I don't know if it's just a visual bug. There we go. So as you see, I have that. And now let's say that I have a post route. For example, like everybody's favorite post route, the one out of PA Snag. Take a look at how this third is going to play. You're seeing how he's going to get more shallow, and now it's a much tighter throw than it was previously. Another great thing, in my opinion, to use a custom stem zone for is any type of tight end drag in this game is going to be really hard to guard. So what I would tell you to do is we would take this guy Lawson and we're going to stem his zone. Now, because he's a linebacker, we're going to have to individually adjust the linebackers. So we're going to double tap right on the D-pad, click his icon, and then we're going to hold L1 and stem him all the way down. What that then does is you're going to see now that the stem down yellow is going to do a really good job of covering kind of those shallower drag type routes. Obviously, there's vulnerability to it, but it is cool that we do have complete customization over how we want these yellow zones to play. For example, most of the yellow zones in this game, they drift back super far. And so by being able to do this, now you see how I could just make that yellow zone play at 5 yards within the defense. So I think this is a great feature of custom stemming zones. My favorite zones to custom stem, though, by far are deep zones. I think they're really good when you stem the deep zones. For example, we'll show you one other thing here. Let's talk about like a corner route. It just makes them have to be more disciplined in terms of their clear outs. So let's say, for example, that we flip this play and we now have the Y sail going to the left. What you can do is with the custom stemming is we're going to custom stem this outside third down. And it doesn't have to be all the way down, but I like to stem him down a little bit. And then we're also going to custom stem the middle third. We're going to, gosh darn, I don't know why. I think it's because it's L1. There we go, stem him down. So as you see here, we have that. And then I want you just to take a look at how this plays. So you'll see super aggressive play from the deep zone. and it makes that window, as you see right there, you see that window to throw the tight end was kind of going away, because the deep third, what we're communicating to our deep zones is we want you to play aggressive if they don't have clear out routes. That's basically what you're communicating by custom stemming them down slightly. Okay, you don't have to custom stem them all the way down, but just slightly is fine. So if I just did one tick, then as you see, what they're going to do is they're going to drop back, and then they're just going to rob over the middle. So even like an in route, you see how he's able to drive on the ball more than he would in previous years. So that is how to custom sim zones. You can do it for any zone in the game too. So like, let's say I wanted to play a hard flat here, but I want this hard flat because hard flats are really good at jetting out to the flat. But what I want to do is I want to custom stem the hard flat back to like 15 yards. Now take a look at this. You're going to see here that if they try to run a corner route, that hard flat is now going to rise up, and he's going to actually carry that corner route. Now, if I combine that with a deep zone that plays aggressive, all of a sudden I have some cool ways to make these zones play a little bit better. So anyway, this is kind of a fun new feature. It's one of the few things. It's one of the few things that they actually gave to the defensive side. The big issue right now with the game is there's not a ton of crazy pressure, but we do have some stuff. If you guys want to check out any of my full defensive ebook, that is, or defensive schemes, that is going to be in our school community. But as you can see, that combination of like a deep hard flat. Now, obviously, if they run a drag underneath, that's disciplined football. They'll probably be able to hit the drag, but that deep third, because we shaded him down, he's starting to run down on the route slightly better than he was before. Now, again, the other way that you could do this that I think is pretty cool is the cloud flat. So, do the cloud flat. We'll put that cloud flat a little bit more depth so he'll carry a little bit more. And then we have a deep half over there on that left side from the safety, and we can stem the deep half down when we do this. So again, we'll do L1, and then we hold LB, really important, stem them down just a little bit. So now you see you have the deep half, and if they run street corner flat, the deep half will still play the deep, but he plays it more aggressive. And then obviously you have the cloud to play the other route. So anyways, that is how to custom stem zones. There's a ton of ways to use this. One of the best ways to use this that I forgot to mention is cover 3 buzz type of defenses, because what's been the issue is this safety yellow zone never gets where you want him to be. But now what you're able to do is you can stem this safety yellow zone to come down even more into this area of the field. And then what you'll see here is by having this deep half on the right side, the deep half is one of the best zones in the game, especially if you stem it down. And then the same with the middle third. So this combination right here is really a unique kind of deal. And with a tight end streak, watch how the safety covers it for a minute, and then the deep half and the middle third are working to it on the back end. So a lot of flexibility defensively with custom zones. So wanted to break down how to utilize custom zones in College Football 26. And if you are looking to take your game to the next level, make sure that you join our school community. It's only $10. It gets you access to all of my offensive and defensive ebooks for both Madden and for college football. Hope to see you inside. That link to sign up for that is in the description down below.